What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done any Alita videos, and that's mostly because there's been a lot of speculation and whatnot. So today I'll fill in on some of those articles that have been floating around and comment on them, and we'll get a discussion going. All right, stick around. Surprise! Robert Rodriguez' Alita Battle Angel follow-up is heading to streaming. A little over a year ago, director Robert Rodriguez' Alita Battle Angel released in theaters. That film was a science fiction spectacle and technical marvel, sporting incredible visual effects that demanded to be seen on the biggest screen, on the biggest possible format, even if not enough people ultimately did that. But for this next film, Robert Rodriguez is going in an entirely different direction. That's because Robert Rodriguez' Alita Battle Angel follow-up is heading to streaming. Robert Rodriguez' science fiction horror film Red 11 will stream exclusively on the Tubi streaming service, according to Deadline. The free ad-supported streaming service has obtained the exclusive streaming rights to the director's Alita follow-up, as well as his docu-series, The Robert Rodriguez Film School. Red 11 first premiered on SXSW, that is not easy to say, last year, and explores the world of medical research. The film has meta quality that is based on Robert Rodriguez's experiences in a medical research facility, as the director signed up for pharmaceutical trials to help pay for his first film, El Mariachi. In the new movie, college kids volunteer as lab rats as a way to make some quick cash. Film's protagonist, Rob, played by Rob Adel, is given the titular designation Red 11. Rob is trying to pay down a debt of $7,000, the same amount as the budget of El Mariachi and Red 11 itself, though being a part of the research, but the lines get blurred. When he thinks the hospital is trying to kill him, and is unsure if he's just experiencing the side effect of the experimental drugs. Alongside Red 11, Rob Rodriguez is also releasing a companion series, The Robert Rodriguez Film School, that documents the director's guerrilla filmmaking process. In the series, Robert Rodriguez will speak to filmmakers and entrepreneurs how to make movies the way he does. It basically sounds like a crash course in how to get a movie made in the face of obstacles like budget and time. Both Red 11 and Robert Rodriguez Film School will stream on Tubi. For those unfamiliar with the streaming service, Tubi is a free but supported by ads. The service is widely available on a number of devices, including Android and iOS mobile devices, Apple TV, Chromecast, Amazon Fire TV, Roku streamers, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So Red 11 will be free and easily available to anyone who wants to check it out when it drops this summer in the US, Canada, and Mexico. The premise of Red 11 sounds suitably nightmare, and what it represents as far as showing what can be done on a micro budget is inspiring. Of course, when you talk about Robert Rodriguez's Alita Battle Angel follow-up, many fans are hoping that you are talking about an Alita sequel. There's no word on a sequel yet, but producer John Landau suggests that the Alita Army keep letting Disney know how bad we want Alita 2, and maybe one day it will happen. We will keep you updated on any developments on that front. In the meantime, check out 2020 release schedule to see what's heading to the theaters this year. So, minor news, not exciting as I wanted that article to be, but I did want to bring up another point. It is possible for this to be made, okay? It is possible for this to be on Disney Plus. I'll reactivate my Disney Plus if they put this on there. Now, let's bring up this next point. Alita Battle Angel fans create crowdfunding campaign for a sequel. Scott Campbell of We Got This Covered, oh god, I hate We Got This Covered so much. I hate it when that one comes up. Brings up a very good point. When it comes to whether or not Alita Battle Angel will possibly get a sequel, Disney owns it as one of their Fox properties. Well, there you go. The crowdfunding campaign that appears to be planning to fly a plane over the Oscars with the message of requesting that Disney bring the fans a much desired sequel sounds more like a buzzing of a mosquito in the peripheral vision of a giant. But the hope, of course, is that Disney will at least take note and possibly give it some thought. Being pessimistic about this isn't exactly the preferred choice, but this is the Mouse House we're talking about, and as a rule, if they don't think it's through and come up with a way to believe that it's their own idea and their own best interest, it's not likely to happen. That is true. The actors might want it, the fans definitely want it, but the Mouse House, despite being able to see that the movie made a good deal of money and earned back its budget pretty easily, still has to weigh whether or not a sequel would do just as good, or if it would be another flop that they really don't want to contemplate, since, as you guess, flops from Disney tend to go away very quickly in terms of hype, almost as though the corporation is a toddler trying to hide a very avoidable mistake. This is the same company that wants to reboot Bambi. They'll allot money for reboot of Bambi. Something that nobody's asking for, but an Alita sequel? No. The argument of attempting to get the attention of the higher-ups during the Oscars might sound like a good idea, but in truth, it's also something that makes us question the wisdom of fans that have come together to do such a thing. It's kind of like a child trying to gain the attention of the adults. At a social gathering, there's a good chance it might happen, but there's also a chance that the adults will humor the child for a moment or two and then send them off to do their own thing while they continue to talk to one of other matters. Mike Reyes of Cineblend has more to say on this matter. The Academy Awards, after all, are a time when the elite get together to pat themselves on the back for a job well done and contemplate just who's going to be the worth more by the end of the night, and whose career might falter just a bit after they hit the after party. Sadly, Alita isn't likely to be all that big on anyone's radar, since despite being a fun and very engaging movie, it didn't perform in a way that made people continue to talk about it in bigger circles after it was out in the theaters. Even while it was in the theater, it was an oddity, to be fair, and not much else. Personally, I like the movie, and though it needs another one that should have followed right after it to better explain Alita's world and why she and Nova are locked in continual combat with each other, but obviously the plans changed a bit by the time Alita hit theaters. Whether Alita will get a sequel or not is all up to Disney right now, and the odds aren't looking great, but it's not fair to say they're completely against the fans at the moment, since by making a big enough stink, there's a good chance that the Mouse House will actually listen or pretend to listen, and possibly be intrigued enough to do something. You know, Disney has absolutely no anime anything. People do still like anime. Alita actually started to get me to be interested in anime. Do you guys know I'm actually watching Robotech now, and I'm really enjoying it, like, a lot? Anyways, but the question after this would be, anyone really want them to? Let's not forget that Disney isn't going to conform to what people want as much as they might think, and that Alita could possibly change in a big way to fit Disney's ideas. Before the movies ever get changes the way the corporation is going to do things. Zach Shark of IndieWire has much more to offer on this subject. This has been proven with Star Wars, after all, and with Marvel, both of whom were more violent and more controversial in their own ways before Disney took over and padded them up with family-friendly label. It's true that Star Wars is still a bit rough around the edges, and that the MCU has taken its fair share of criticism for a few edgy moves, but upon looking at the source material that both came from, it's hard to say with a straight face that Disney hasn't modified them in a way that's slightly less threatening and conforms the idea of what movies should be like. If anyone thinks it's going to be different when they're Fox-owned material, then hopefully that theory will pan out. Disney will realize that not everyone wants a movie that's been securely fastened down and given enough of a makeover that the whole family can watch it. But don't hold your breath in the meantime. So, 2 articles. One of them very cynical but very truthful. The other one was obviously clickbaity and fooled me into thinking that an actual Alita sequel was coming. But I still wanted to talk about this a little bit because I haven't made a Alita video in a while, and the reason I haven't made an Alita video in a while because everything is hearsay and speculation, and I can't really make a good video that's honest and genuine about hearsay and speculation. So that's where it's at. I'm still waiting on my statue that I ordered from Sideshow Collectibles. You know, they keep changing the date. It's supposed to come out in February. I don't know if it's coming out in February. They keep changing the final payment date on it. So I want to do the opening, the unboxing as soon as I get it, but I feel like it's fading into obscurity here. You know, it's like this needs to get greenlit like soon, okay? I know there's a rabid bunch of fans. I'm one of them, but the interest in the public eye, these things have to move sooner than not. And a lot of the things that Disney is putting out are things that are just not exciting at all right? I mean, even in the Star Wars world, some of the stuff that they're talking about is not very exciting either. So honestly, I had mentioned that I would be fine with Alita being on a streaming service. Tubi, Hulu, Amazon, whatever they put it onto, I'll subscribe to it just to watch it. Even if you wanted to take like a full movie and chop it up into sections and have it play out slower so that you can have like a full director's cut in like a series format, I'd be great for that too. I love that world of Zalem and Iron City. I want to see it again on some form of media. Nowadays, seeing something on your TV is fine because everybody has a giant 4K screen somewhere in their house. They've come way down in price. You don't believe me? Check your Best Buy ads right now. Super Bowl ads, they're giving away giant TVs with all of the features on it. My parents just bought one. I helped them pick it out. Anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Do you think that Alita will actually wind up on a streaming service and that this isn't just hype that I'm getting excited about? Do you think this crowdfunding campaign is a stupid idea? I'm personally not crazy about that idea at all. I get what they're trying to do, but it seems a little, it screams of desperation and it looks a little on the foolish side. It's not something that I feel like I can be a part of. I think my part is if they make merchandise to buy the merchandise, because at least I know that that money is going directly to the people that made the products. So let me know what you think. We picked our 3 movies for this weekend. We're going to be doing Avenging Force. That's a canon film. I couldn't say no to that one. We're also doing Dr. Alien, and we're doing Beach Babes from Beyond. So make sure you check me out, Raiders of the Lost Flicks, live on Friday. And this week, it looks like the polls say that I'm going to go see Gretel and Hansel, but that I don't have to see the new Blake Lively movie, the Rhythm section, which is fine. The movie looked boring as hell anyway, and I'm glad you guys made my mind up for me. So just one new movie review this week. Hey, it's Dumpuary. I'll be glad when it's over. But also make sure you check out the Boardroom on Etep Coolion's channel this week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's a show where we revolve, me and 2 other channels have a revolving show that goes from channel to channel each week, and all those channels are listed in my description, the links on how to get there. This week it'll be on Etep with Coolion's The Place to Be Reviews channel. So that's just pop culture talk that we do, and we usually do Florida stories as well. Those are always funny. And then also make sure you check out my show where we talk about famously bad movies on the weekend. That's Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys have yourselves a groovy day, and this is the Groovinator signing out. Peace.